Thank you for watching this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Locke. This Saturday will be a very busy day here in town, and part of it will take place outside of our studios here on Spring Street, but the day starts with a town-wide cleanup from 9 a.m. to noon outside the Academy building. Wind Waste will be providing t-shirts, bags, and gloves to the participants to help clean the streets of Bridgewater, and Town Councilor Dennis Gallagher pointed out at the last council meeting that a lot of work can be done in just a short amount of time.
Wind Waste Manager will bring a dumpster here. They'll provide trash bags, gloves, safety t-shirts, etc. to anyone that wants to come by and take a certain section of the town and go out for a half hour, an hour, and just clean it up and bring the trash back to us. It's an important event that we do every year to try to beautify the town as we get ready for all the summer activities.
Again, this starts at 9 a.m. coming up this Saturday in front of the Academy building, and it runs until noon. Also at the council meeting, a proclamation was awarded to an important group of people who help make Bridgewater a safer community.
Whereas first responders, including firefighters, police officers, nurses, doctors, military personnel, and anyone else who works in the health care field, and whereas first responders are a vital part of the community and risk their own safety in the performance of their duties, and whereas first responders undergo significant training, education, and personal sacrifice in order to respond to every type of emergency, and whereas the town of Bridgewater supports all first responders for their willingness to protect the residents of Bridgewater and surrounding towns, and whereas the families of first responders also deserve appreciation and respect for the sacrifices they have made in order to support their loved one's service. Now, therefore, the Town Council of the Town of Bridgewater, Massachusetts, does hereby proclaim April 29th, 2023 as First Responders Day in the Town of Bridgewater, and urges all citizens to recognize and honor the sacrifices that first responders make.
That proclamation was awarded less than 2 weeks before a festival that will show its support for those first responders, and is going to be held right outside of our studio at Town River Landing. I talked with Al Lacerda, who organized the event in partnership with the Fire for Effect Foundation.
The 29th is going to be our first event of the season, and it's going to be for first responders. It's First Responder Appreciation Day. So we're going to take a day and kind of give the public the opportunity to interact with them in a way that's not when you need them on the other end of the phone for something that's seriously bad. So they're people too. They have families and kids and everything else. So it's important that we as the public interact with them on that level. So that's what the 29th is designed to do.
And this is kind of a continued effort that you're trying to launch here, trying to build up the Town River Landing, get some improvements going on here, and it started right here in our parking lot.
Yeah, so it's been an ongoing process. Our main goal as an organization is to foster relationships within the community. We had COVID going on. There's a lot of things that happened that kind of put people into their own little bubbles, and now we're starting to come out of that, and we're hoping to try to bring back that small town feel, and that the idea where we have people within the community reconnecting with each other, working together towards the same goals, and we want to use this environment to kind of create that atmosphere and help wherever we can help.
For those that didn't watch in 2022, what exactly is the Fire for Effect Foundation?
So we're a 501c3 organization based right here in Bridgewater with the goal of basically helping with veterans and first responders causes as they pop up in real time. On top of that, things like the 4th of July are important to veterans and everybody else in the community. So we want to try and help with things like that as well. It's really just to connect. We connect other organizations. We want to try to connect the Bridgewaters as a whole. Yes, we're based in Bridgewater, but West Bridgewater, East Bridgewater, and the surrounding area, we're all one big community trying to do good things.
And then quickly, you mentioned the 4th of July. Another festival coming up here benefits the 4th of July as well.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing these farmers markets with the goal of creating these events that people in Bridgewater can count on. You can come to it. You can bring your family. You can have the kids here, have a good time, and connect with your fellow members of the community. So that's what we're going to continue to do. That's what we're working on. You're going to see a lot of things going on. Yes, the 4th of July is they've got a large amount of overhead this year. inflation and everything else has kind of pushed that number to an all-time high. So we stepped in, and we're going to be having a market down here, and you'll be seeing that circulating on the internet soon.
Last week, the Fire for Effect Foundation received a $500 check from the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office and Plymouth County DA Tim Cruz. Again, the first responder kickoff event will be held this Saturday from 1 to 6 p.m. at Town River Landing right off of Spring Street. Last Monday was the 127th running of the Boston Marathon, as tens of thousands of participants took part, including a handful of runners here in town. As we've done in the past on the update, we want to share the finishing times, which were pretty impressive for the 26.2-mile trek. Maureen Lamy finished in the top spot locally with a time of 4:09:30, with Daniel Mather finishing in 4:21:07, and Debbie Law finished third locally with a time of 4:25:38. Congrats to everybody who took part in the marathon, and we thank you for watching this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Locke.